They have a lot to say today. It's so fucking cute. I where the fuck that was. Sorry. It's been like a week since I posted. Around like the end of the month is when I feel the shittiest. That's when I have like the most like persistent depressive depression symptoms, because I'm getting close to like starting my cycle, and I've just always been that way. Like I feel like a lot of women are that way. Like close to our cycle, we feel really depressed. And yeah, it's situational, but like the weeks leading up to my cycle, I have not been well lately. And even though I started this channel as like a way to like cope and everything, I didn't even really feel like recording in the last week. And also I work a full-time job now, with benefits and shit. So I've been really tired. So like I've been attending to like I've been trying to record for like the past 3 days, and I've just been so tired. And I was gonna record like not tomorrow, I was gonna record like Wednesday, but cause I'm off that day, but I don't think I'm gonna feel like it, so I'm gonna just record now. I haven't been walking around in my neighborhood, and I haven't been to the park in probably 2 weeks. Which probably isn't good that I've been so confined to my room and in the house. But I read stuff on like Reddit threads and stuff, and just advice from professionals about how when you start to feel like depressive symptoms, you have to do what you don't want to do. So like go outside and like socialize and whatever. Baby, I don't feel like it, okay? So I do not feel like it. So let's get the fuck out of here. But I did not feel like it. Shit, I just wanted to lay in the bed. Like when I was really sleepy, and two, I don't want to force myself to do things I don't want to do and think that it's going to like make me feel better. It's not. I'm not that kind of person where you can put me in a situation I don't want to be in, and it will like kind of like challenge me into feeling better. That don't work for me all the time. So I let myself rest, and I feel a bit better. And I have a trip I'm going on this weekend. So now that I started my cycle, I'm more like regulated emotionally. I'm okay. Something that comes with depression is this like persistent feeling of weakness, and I've felt weak my entire life. I know like depression, what it like felt like and feels like for me sometimes still. It's like feeling that it's just feeling like it's like this feeling of being this ant stuck in this like stuck in this big world, and everything is just larger than you are, and like you're just vulnerable, and you're just at the mercy of you're at the mercy of everything and everyone, which I mean that's literally like life. But like feeling weak is when you always feel like that. Like it's feeling helpless, it's feeling smaller than everything and everyone, not feeling so significant. I went through like my most of my 20 years of living here feeling so unimportant. I don't feel that way anymore. I haven't felt unimportant in like a while, but I always feel weak, and I hate that. I like to think I'm like this super confrontational person and I can speak up when I want to and stand my ground. Sticking up for myself isn't the hard part. It's just I don't know. Growing up and like trying to initiate conflict to like voice your feelings and like attempting to like communicate to problem solve and being met with like, oh, you're being like disrespectful, or just like people not responding well to confrontation in general. Living in a world that does not respond to confrontation well but is always initiating it is so fucking exhausting. Cause like, damn it, bitch, do you want confrontation or not? There's been so many times where I've absolutely felt like comfortable in situations initiating conflict and, you know, like wanting to have that direct communication. And those were times I was perceived as like, you know, aggressive, or like being told that like I'm being too direct and it's like coming off the wrong way, all these other things. But like, I just always feel weak. You would think that like everyone like has this idea that when you like go through so much, like you're this strong built up person and you can go through a lot of shit and you can still feel like a baby in a cradle. Like you're just like, you go through a lot of shit and you feel like you're still here because the world is just deciding to have mercy on you. You're just lucky to be here with everyone else. I don't know. And then like we live in like a day and age where everyone is like making videos about like how to detach and like how to be more like how to have like a stronger presence and how to be intimidating, how to like everyone's always trying to give tips on how to like be strong, but like damn, like, and I'm saying all this, and what's interesting is that I've had to be strong for most of my life. Oh my gosh, sorry, that was a jumping spider. I do not fuck with spiders. Like I was saying, I say all this, and regardless of me feeling weak, I've had to be strong my entire life. I've had to like condense my feelings into like this small little grain and compartmentalize. I hope I said that word right. That's one word I can never pronounce right, but I have to like compartmentalize these big emotions into this like small, like palatable thing. Because I'm told that I'm like too sensitive and a crybaby and all these other things. And just like life is not easy on anyone, but going through life in general, and I've been strong for a long time. And when I allow myself moments of weakness, I just feel like shit. Like, I want this video to be long and super like philosophical, but this is just gonna be like an honest video. Like, when you've been strong for so long and having to like keep your guard up, I'm always going to have this feeling of just being weak. I don't know how to allow myself to be weak. And to be completely honest, even though it sounds like, even though at times I can be avoidant and passive, I guess sometimes I'm okay with that. I don't want to be strong all the time. Frankly, I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired of being resilient. I just wish that being weak was seen as a strength. And maybe I wouldn't feel so insecure about feelings like that. I feel like to have the courage to allow yourself to be weak is one of the bravest things that you can do, because we exist in a world where everyone wants to be fake. Not fake, fuck, sorry. Where everyone, I don't, that was not the word I wanted to use. And it's so funny because it just came out so confident. I did not mean to say that word. But we live in a world where like everyone wants to walk around with their chest out. Everyone wants to be the big bad wolf, and everyone wants to not be fucked with, and everyone wants to be strong and tough and unfuckwittable and scary and intimidating. But like, fuck, like, I can't commit myself to doing that all the time. I don't want to be the strong person. I don't want to read books and listen to podcasts on how to be intimidating. I don't want to be scary all the time. I don't like, I want to allow myself moments of weakness and not feel guilty about it or not feel ashamed of it. There's times where I want to be aggressive and direct and confrontational and active, and there's other times where I'd rather be passive. And I'd rather crack than fucking pretend to be hard, and I think that it doesn't work for me. Sorry, I feel like bugs are all over me, and they most likely are, but what's crazy is that like the most sensitive people are like the most bitchiest people, because they do not want to allow themselves to be like these. They don't want to allow themselves to be seen as soft, as weak, and they just compensate for that. There was like a time in middle school where I went like, I think like a year or almost a year without crying, because every time I cried or started to feel my eyes water, I felt fucking weak. And I would just imagine myself like crying in reverse to stop myself from crying. And it worked for a long time, and then one day it didn't. One day I cried for a while. I know I come on this channel and talk about a lot of things, but I don't ever want anyone to like think that I have all of it figured out, or I'm just like consistently making these milestones. No, I'm still getting comfortable with being authentic and honest. I'm still trying to be comfortable with being like vulnerable and transparent, because I'm the kind of person where like I theorize on things because it helps me process my feelings. It helps me collect. Feeling and displaying and exhibiting those things without the use of words is extremely hard for me. That day that I started crying again was the day that I felt the weakest, but it felt so good to have tears drop in my face, and it felt so good to release hurt. The most sensitive people I know are the most like toughest bodies I know. Like, they come across as mean to other people because they have all these boundaries and walls and stuff put up because they They don't want to get hurt. The older I get, the more I'm discovering that my weakness, that being weak is probably like my greatest strength ever. To let your guard down and accept the fact that you're going to be attacked with or without a guard, and that you can never really shield yourself from hurt and disappointment and all these negative things. And you just let things happen and I guess control how you act. I don't know. I don't know how to be weak without feeling guilty. I don't know how to be strong without feeling like I'm lying to myself. I'm not a tough body. I don't like intimidating other people. I don't like having like my guard up and not displaying weak or vulnerable emotions. I don't like that shit. Like, it's fake. Like, she's been talking the entire time. That's why kids are so strong to me. It's not the big adults with all this physical strength. It's the children that are strong to me. They're so emotionally resilient. It's not because like they put up these walls and they guard themselves. It's because they display their emotions for the world to see, and regardless if it's accepted or not, they allow themselves to release those things. They allow themselves to exist. Children deal with their pain face on. Like, they immediately recognize their pain and their hurt, and they deal with it right then and there, and they move on. In some cases, if they're lucky enough to. And when I'm speaking about this, I'm talking about like babies and toddlers. Because I know, like, you know, the older you get, the more like you start getting a sense of like society, and you start catching on the social cues, and you start experiencing social conditioning, and you learn what's good, like acceptable to present, and what isn't, and how you should act and how you shouldn't, and all these other things. But I see so many videos about how to detach, and I scroll past them. That's not gonna work for me. This is like kind of unrelated, but like I see a lot of videos like that, and people talk about detach, and most times it sounds like they're describing avoidance, but also being someone that, like, I guess it's just the way that like Western society explains attachment. I just can't get with it, because it's like they describe it as like means of avoidance, and they make it seem like it's about like having like an emotionless response to things because you can't control it. That's not what detachment is. But like with detachment, they rarely acknowledge the fact that you should acknowledge how you feel and honor that, and then like acknowledge the thing that you're attached to. Because two things can be right and wrong at the same time. So I feel like it's okay to acknowledge how you feel and to let yourself let go, and then let go of that attachment. And they make it like it's so cold turkey after that, and it's not. Like, that's why enlightenment, in terms of like Buddhism, is so hard to like achieve, because living to connect and striving to detach is a paradox that is extremely hard to exist within. I got so off topic, but I'm just, I've been thinking about that and I wanted to talk about it. But I'm gonna film another video. I haven't posted 2 videos in a single day in a long time. So, hope this video made sense. If it didn't, oh well. But see you in like a few seconds.